Hello, this is János, it's Reward Audio, and I'm here with Machiko. Let me try to reach her. No, she is holding on to the bed. It's really hard to get her. Let me try again. It's very hard. She's using her clothes, and I peeled her off of the massage bed. Okay, so I'm here with Machiko. I hope you can hear me. And there's always something that we need to hear as audiophiles, because often we are on the journey towards a system that we think as a perfect system, reaching for a perfect sound, for an ideal in an ideal world or idealized world, because we heard at our friends' places or maybe audio shows or showrooms or somewhere, or maybe just read about some mythical audio system that just sounds amazing, and we are chasing that dream. And to get to that dream, we buy more and more esoteric gear, and we make these decisions to get an amplifier, or to get cables or speakers, or a new cartridge, or maybe a new streamer or a DAC that is supposedly far better than the one we have. And sometimes that's not the best choice. Because often when we do that, what happens that we realize that it brought something to the sound in your room that wasn't there before. But what we are really blind to, what is our blind side, is what we are losing. So often we only focus, we have a singular focus on what can we add to our system, what can we add to the sound, and we don't play enough what is it that we are losing when we are doing a change. And so now I have my video here, my previous video, and I'm looking at the comments. It's been 5 days ago that I made this video, and I'm okay. So the comments are coming up, and I haven't answered any of the comments yet. So I thought that I'm just going to peruse the comments and just share with you what I think, what I find, and let me see. Hugo's comment was, wow, you saw that? Flying cat. Machiko, yeah, she can fly. So Hugo wrote something that really resonated with me. Hi János, when you have reached the pinnacle of their audio journey like you have done, then you can play with audio and still get great results. I absolutely agree with always making sure you can go back to what you had. You hear so often of audiophiles who were happy but still wanted to upgrade. Then they sell those speakers they were so happy with to buy better ones. This then goes sideways and they end up chasing that sound that they lost forever. What I have also tried is to downgrade, for instance, the source. When you think you must upgrade, you can learn a lot from that. And thank you, Hugo, because I think this is the message of the day that all audiophiles in the world must hear. That often, and I would say more often than not, when you have the urge to upgrade, you should downgrade. And why is that? Because when you have a system and you are more or less happy with it, and you have the urge that, oh, I think my CD player or my speakers are not giving me enough bass, and you get one that gives you more bass, and you want to achieve happiness from that, it won't work. Well, it might work, but there's like a 1% chance that it will actually work out in your favor. So if 100 audiophiles try to do that, then most of the audiophiles within 1 year will tell that, yeah, that upgrade was just just a sidestep in their journey, and now they are like their 5th upgrade since then. It didn't work out in the long term. They learned from it, but now they are moving on. And why is that so? Because when you identify these things that you can change in your system, like transparency or base response, frequency range, dynamics, etc., and you go on and on, all of those parameters, it means that your listening experience is still stuck in the headspace. You are still stuck in the analytical mode. And you are going to get happiness and satisfaction with the sound, not when you are stepping up your analytical game. That doesn't give you satisfaction. That just gives you a dopamine hit, nothing else. So if you can get a wider frequency range, more dynamics, you can listen 5 or 10 dB louder, undistorted. Each of these are just headspace numbers, something that you can put down, you can think about it. And when you are thinking about this in a cool, detached, objective manner, it means that you are not living a subjective experience. These are all removed from you. You will be happy with your system when you turn on the music, you forget about these audiophile qualities and you connect to the music, and that's what gets important to you. And that's why Hugo's advice is so important, because when you cannot make a connection to the music, because your system is not optimized for that. Maybe it's optimized for ultimate transparency or frequency range or any parameter that you can imagine. Then when you just focus on these parameters, you'll never, I'm not saying never make the connection, but it's very unlikely that it will click when you are in this path. I can say from my experience, when I have been on these tracks, that I've been singling out one aspect of the sound that I was not satisfied in my system during my audio journey, and I worked on that. I just ended up getting more and more frustrated. Yes, I was able to step up and up and up and up and up on those qualities that I set up my gaze on to improve on, and that's not because I'm a genius, but because I have a lot of audiophile friends and buddies and amazing mentors. Stu Ono, who sadly passed away, but still every day I think of him like, oh, I gonna tell this to Stu, and then, oh no, he's been dead for 10 years, but I still think of him as if he's still there, so, and have conversations with him. So now János is certified crazy, right? So anyway, what did I want to say? So basically, when I went on to improve something, one key aspect how I could improve it is I reached out to my audio friends. I had discussions with them, picked their brains. When someone had a solution to the area, like a different CD player, different digital source, and maybe like Charlie had that CD player or someone, and then I went and listened to his system, and then I thought about, that's really the way to go. Thank you, Charlie. That's food for thought. And then I could step things up and do research on my own, like read the forums, try to find scientific papers on physics and acoustics, etc. And that's how I progressed. And then of course I had discussions with my mentor Stu, who really always blew my mind with just like next level theories and just putting things into perspective. And more often than not, he just corrected me that, János, that what you think the path you are on, how you are looking for things, that's really not what you are looking for. You are going the wrong way about it. Try that, and oh, yeah. And always what I have noticed, that whenever I really had an idea that I read somewhere in a forum about like direct coupling tubes or something like that, and then I try to pursue that to the utmost to get to that idea sound that the original poster described he got there by that approach. And I was really getting towards that direction, but it didn't bring me joy, it didn't bring me happiness. And I noticed that the more I pursue that path, the connection between me and music is getting lower and lower and lower, even though the perceived qualities, how I can describe the sound, it's getting more transparent, I'm getting more, whatever, but I'm just getting more and more frustrated at the same time, to a point when I think that that my system just sounds trash. And like a month ago, before I started doing those upgrades, you see, now the upgrades became in quotation marks, so that's always how upgrades works. Like in the beginning they sound like upgrades, and then they end up upgrades in parentheses at the end. So after a while I was thinking that I just toss out all my system and just start again and get something different. And when I had that, and then I just did something like radical change, like put in some component that you would think, like put in like a Discman as a source, and then wow, there was something in it. And of course you are losing a lot of things when you go like put in like a much lower level CD source, like digital source, or much lower, or something that you previously thought about, or maybe something completely different, not necessarily like a really massive downgrade, just like a sideways step or something unexpected. Or maybe one day you just like switch one of your interconnect cables or something like that you didn't even think about, but oh, you know what, I need that interconnect cable, or you just lend your interconnect cable to one of your buddies and you just grab something random from your drawer that you haven't used in years, you put in there, and boom, suddenly it all makes sense. And then I just forgot about tweaking for a really long time, like for half a year. That's kind of a record for me. And then just listen to music, and that was all. But because for me, like playing around with audio gear, that's like an important part of my life. I can say that more often than not, I learned this lesson dozens and dozens of times, that once you have your system that connects you deep to the music, and that fulfilling, sounds great, anything you do and touch it to make it better, you are going to make it worse. And it can take years to get to that level. So for example, in my audio journey, when I built my first system with these void pipes and my Darling amp and my Rega turntable, and I just hardwired everything. So I didn't use RCA jacks and connectors, no IAC plugs. So I just hardwired everything. So all the connections were hardwired silver. Everything is silver in the audio path. And it was a double DC Darling, so it's like 1.5 watts per channel. But I got like such a level of musical connection with that system that went beyond anything I thought humanly possible with audio gear. It's just like went beyond what I imagined you can experience as a human. And I'm not saying it happened every time I turned it on. No, not at all. Like most of the time I turned it on, it didn't happen. But when it happened, it was unbelievable. And it was not unbelievable, but it was so impactful that it's far surpassed my widest imagination of what a stereo system can do, and how deeply you can connect to the music. And my side quest with that system started that I wanted to have that kind of experience, that kind of really deep connection, not just like 1 in 20 occasions, but I wanted to have it like on demand. Whenever I turn it on, I got transported to audio heavens. And for that journey, I ended up and managed improving lots of aspects of my audio system, but I never, not once in 1 decade after that, had that kind of experience that I had. Yeah, 90% of the time when I turned on my system, it sounded a lot better than what that original system was, but never in an entire decade I had a single experience that came anywhere in the ballpark of those experiences that I had. And for my audiophile friends, those of you, most of us never ever has an experience like that. And when you have an experience that you can connect to the music so deeply, that just transcends human existence, transcends the physical world. You become one with the music when you experience that. And after that, when I had this journey trying to make that commonplace, it's not commonplace. It cannot become commonplace. It's something to be cherished, and by spending like over a decade, like almost 2 decades after that, to get back that level of sound, now I am much more mature in my head, and to me it is a far more valuable to me to have in a system that even like once or twice a year, if I have that experience, I rather choose that instead of sitting every day with mediocrity, playing. Because what is it? I sit down every day and listen to some music, hitting dopamine spikes in my head and feeling good about it. Same thing happens when I eat good food and things like that, right? But it doesn't really impact me as a human being. But when you have that experience, when you connect deeply to the music, that just adds something that you never get anywhere else. That's a new dimension. And you can get closer to that state, to adding a new dimension to your life when you do these lateral movements in audio. And now my camera is flashing the battery warning for me, so I better wrap up now this video. And Machiko has fallen asleep as well. So thank you for listening, and just think about that. Don't upgrade mindlessly. When you have now a system, maybe you've been on this path for decades, but in your closet there's something that when you were young you really loved, that amplifier, or you really loved that CD player or those speakers. Put it back in your current system and have a great day. Bye bye. Thank you for checking in, tuning in. Bye bye.